you have custom packages, proposals that are different for every client. You don't think you can use the templates inside of Dubsado to work for you. I'm here to tell you they can, and I'm going to show you how to do it. I'm Lauren with The Smarter Creative. I am here helping creative entrepreneurs work smarter, not harder, inside of their businesses. I am a certified Dubsado specialist, aka a Dubsado pro, and I love making sure entrepreneurs have their businesses run properly and well inside of Dubsado. I really think there is freedom to be had when you have systems that are set up well and working for you. So a lot of times I see people using their Dubsado to send custom packages, proposals, and doing it in the wrong place. So oftentimes I'll see templates, like I'll come into a client's Dubsado and see like John Smith's proposal stored in the template section, and that's just, it's not where they go. So I'm going to show you where it goes, how to build it, how to do it to trigger you to make sure you edit it and to like safeguard some client signing it if it's not right, and doing it through a workflow. So I think this is the first time I'm actually showing you my workflow process. So this is my how to send a proposal and follow up on it workflow process that you can build one yourself. And this is the best way I've found that makes sure that you are automatically following up with leads, because somebody who you send a custom proposal to is not a client. They're not. They haven't booked yet. They are just a lead still. You had a conversation with them. Maybe they filled out a form and you were able to create a custom quote for them, but they are not a client yet. They have not booked you. They have not paid. They have not agreed to do work with you. So this is going to make sure you follow up with them, that they have reminders to fill out the proposal, that you're eager to work with them, that your schedule is full, that you want to make sure you get them on the books. And a lot of times those are the things that will fall through the crack. When you get leads coming in, you talk to people and you need to follow up with them. That's hard to remember to do. So make sure you have your system put together to do that. And this video will show you how. So without further ado, let's get inside of my Dubsado. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is create our package template to work off of. So over in our templates, we're gonna come to packages and let's go ahead and create a package. So we get to name it. So I'm gonna pretend I am a website designer. So I'm gonna do custom website quote or custom website design. How about that? The new line item, I'm gonna say the same thing, custom website, spelled right. And then I'm going to, in the description, put out the basics of what is included. Now, I know this is going to change from project to project, what exactly is included, but this is going to give you a framework to work off of every time you go to start a new custom proposal. So we're going to say includes 5 pages, home, about, blog, shop, services. Perfect. Okay, that's fine. Turnaround time is great. We'll spell check ourselves. All content must be received before work can begin. Whatever else like is included with it, maybe 30-day website support after project is complete. And then you can keep going with however much. This description can be as however long as you want it to be. Do note that there is a bullet points trigger. So right now, this is going to all look like bullet points wherever this package is shown in invoices and contracts and proposals. But if you wanted to maybe not use bullets, if you have just, I don't know, want to do a little bit of fun, get your branding in there, you can turn bullet points off, and then you can add a emoji instead. So let's see, I'm just going to pull up my magic emoji here. copy. How about a checkbox instead? And then it'll be this. So you can have just a little bit more of your personality in there. You want to change, your quantity and then the price. Personally, I like to make the price an obnoxious price point, like $50,000. If you make it a reasonable price point, and for whatever reason you accidentally send this to your client, and it is say it's only $1,000, and your client agrees to it, signs contract, and pays, and you said it's $1,000, you'd have to make a sub-agreement to correct the mistake. But if it's an obnoxious amount, no client is going to pay it. They are going to respond back and say, I think there's been a mistake. And then you can just oh yes, there has been. Granted, you're not going to make a mistake, but if you had at least an obnoxious amount is going to do it. So tax, if it's needed, you can add it. And then you always want to put in your category as well. The category, again, works for reporting issues to see how much money has come in your different categories of services that you offer. So let's go ahead and I'll just create that category. Perfect. And we're going to add the item. Lovely. And now we need to, I'm going to say my next step is to create the contract and make sure that these smart fields are inside of it. So under forms, we have a sample contract. And this is just what comes with Dubsado's setup. It is super basic. There's actually no terms included in here. You want to make sure you are getting a contract that works for you, for your business. You can get templates purchased directly from lawyers who do this. You can work with a lawyer to create a contract, an agreement, but you need to have it. And then the beauty of it is when you are ready to share your, this is what is included in your services, instead of having to customize this every time when you have a custom quote of okay, your agreement includes 5 pages built on Squarespace with a 30-day support, all of that. What we're going to do is we're going to use a smart field invoice. And then I like the invoice item, names, and amounts. So it's going to be the name, the description, and the amount all laid out in one block. It's beautiful. And then the total is going to be the invoice total. So that smart field is invoice. And you have a couple different totals. You have the total, a tax total. I think that is it. So I just like the total. It's perfect. And then the payment schedule, if you have a payment schedule applied to your project, that would be here. Sometimes I know I've worked with clients who have first payment is due at contract signing, but the second payment is due towards the end of the deliverables. So before we publish your website, the final payment is due. Well, usually you have flexible due dates with that because you're relying on your client to get information to you for feedback. You hope to have a turnaround in 4 to 6 weeks, whatever it is, but if the client is procrastinating or not getting back to you quickly, you might elongate that timetable. So I personally don't like to put an actual due date on a lot of custom packages like this because it's flexible. So I like to make sure that second payment is TBD. But any information that I can have about the payment plan, I want to put it in that description of the packages. So let's go ahead, save and close this. So under packages, custom website, we can go and edit this again and say, let's grab a different emoji. Maybe the money one. Do a contract signing and the remainder due upon website completion, but before the website goes live. Perfect. However you want to word it. And we'll just save it again. We'll we'll return our packages. And now, so we have our contract ready to go, we have our packages ready to go. Let's build our proposal. So we can always come up to our template library, pull a proposal, copy it to our account. We'll rename it custom website proposal. Lovely. This is a sale project proposal. This is going to pull just some things, a little bit about you, maybe whatever it is. And then for this in particular, we don't have like different packages because it's just one custom package. So I'm going to delete all these bonus package items, and then we can edit this. We're going to make sure it is our custom website design. And then you can, there's two different ways to do it. You can relist your items that are included here, or you can do your package smart field and do item name and description. And let's see what that looks like. Perfect. So now your custom website has everything that's included, including the payment plan. Let's make this centered again. So I'm going to get rid of this. Perfect. And then if you had any optional add-ons, you certainly can do that. Maybe you have like a base package and then there's like additional add-ons. You could do that. Love next steps, making sure your client knows what's happening. Any FAQs that you have, great. So that is going to be your custom proposal. And we need to add it to a project and then edit it before sending it out to the client. So there's a couple different ways you can add a proposal to a project. My preferred way is through a workflow that is built. I like to build a workflow that has a first step of sending the proposal. I always make sure, go ahead and do this, send custom website proposal. All right, so our first action, we are going to send the form. And I'm going to require approval. You want to make sure your canned email goes out, whatever it is. I do not have canned email set up in this dummy account. But you'd want to make sure you build a canned email that's super specific to your brand and your business. But there's flexibility to customize it later as needed. We're going to apply. And then a couple things I like to do is do some follow-ups. So we're going to send form after a form is not completed, maybe 2 days later. So we're going to we're going to look for the custom website proposal to have been completed. If not, we're going to resend the custom website proposal, have a canned email ready to go with this as well, just checking in. If you have any questions, go ahead and book below. Maybe we do it again. We do not require approval. Do it again. So the last one was 2 days later after it was sent. So maybe we're going to follow up 3 days after that. And then you always want to build these on so that the next time is longer than the first. Because if the first one was 3 days and the next one was 2 days, this workflow is just looking for when the proposal was sent. So the proposal goes out and that's the trigger. The next one, if it's 2 days later, that's going to be the next one to fire, regardless of the order in the workflow that it is. So then once it goes out again, the next shortest time frame will fire it off again. So the first one was 2 days. This one's going to be 3. We're watching for that same proposal. We're going to send it over again with another custom canned email that has that form link that will send it. Perfect. And then personally, I like to, maybe in that final follow-up, it is saying, this is the last time I'm checking in on your proposal. I'm not going to follow up again, but I'd love to hear any questions, whatever. And then we can always just automatically archive the project, maybe 7 days after that, give them time to go. And then this is all our magic, right? So we're gonna add some like change project statuses, and let's go ahead and say contract sent immediately after all tasks have been completed. We're gonna move that up to custom website proposal. I'm going to change project status as soon as a contract has been signed by the client, and that is going to be, I don't have the right one. I would have a contract signed waiting on payment, or just a waiting on payment type of thing. And then I want a payment plan. So this is going to be a 50-50 payment plan. And then as soon as the initial payment has been made, that is what's going to trigger us to start a job workflow to make sure we're following up with the next steps in the job of booking, and also pause this workflow a few minutes later because we don't want to archive their project automatically. So let's go ahead and start a workflow. As soon as a invoice installment has been paid, we're looking for the 0 days, and we are just going to pretend that's a job workflow. And then I like to pause the workflow. It'll just pause it, stop anything from happening, 0.25 hours after the invoice installment has been paid. So as soon as they pay, it triggers that workflow, and then 15 minutes later, it's going to pause this workflow from doing anything else. As soon as that proposal is sent, these will not go out. And so you could have a item here, like maybe like some follow-up for signing a contract if they hadn't yet. Sometimes people will fill out the proposal, but they won't actually complete the contract. So you want to ensure that that has all been done, any follow-ups that you want to do there. But for the sake of making sure that this is all moving fast for us, I'm going to come into a sample job. Let's say that we had a onboarding call, and now I want to send them their custom proposal. So I'm going to come into workflows. I'm going to send the custom proposal. This is the workflow we just built. We always have a pop-up of what's about to happen before we apply the workflow. So we have the approve on the first one, which is what I always want to see, what's going to trigger as soon as I apply this. Let's go ahead and apply it. Then we can refresh. Come over to our forms, and our website proposal is here. So we can edit it. And let's come into our package here. We're going to edit package. We're going to drop this down and edit it. And then we're going to come down here and finish whatever is custom for this client. So turnaround time is 4 weeks. Let's go ahead and continue this. Built on Squarespace. Includes 5 blog posts, whatever. Okay, and then we want to make sure we change the price. So let's say you charge $5,000 for this. We save it, we apply it, and now we have been updated here for everything that it is. You can always like adjust some of your wording if you wanted to, and then we save and close. And we go back to the workflow to approve it going out. You can edit this action and adjust your canned email. Maybe you have something very particular to share with them, like, hey, I went ahead and added on your 5 blog posts as we discussed. Let me know if you have any questions. Great. And apply your changes and then approve the action. If for whatever reason you have waited a while to approve that action step when you went ahead and
started the workflow, sometimes this will be like too late to send. I think it's within like 3 hours after. And so I always want to make sure I refresh my page, check to make sure that that action of the workflow actually went out. See, already we have an invalid. Pretty sure that is because I don't have a email set up to this account. So, but if you were to get a similar like this, it'd be red. It would say too late to send action. It would pause this workflow, but you can always force now and it would activate everything back up and it would send it out. And then your custom proposal that you built specifically for your client is going out to them. And then the follow-up is also going out for their custom proposal. Any changes that you make inside of your client's project to the workflow, to the forms, and to the packages are only to that client. You do not want to build client-specific forms, schedulers, packages, workflows, any of that. If it's client-specific, you do not want to build those inside of your templates. You want a template that works for you and then apply that template to the project and edit it inside of the project.
Yeah, I hope it was so helpful for you. I put out videos every week, so be sure to just subscribe to my channel. Hit that like on this video. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm to get my Dubsado support videos in front of more people. If you are new to Dubsado and you need a discount code, I got one down below. If you are still trying to figure out if Dubsado is for you and you are thinking about HoneyBook, I got one of them codes too. And if you are in your Dubsado and fully overwhelmed, that is what I do. That is my heart. And I do strategy calls, VIP days, and full Dubsado builds over a range of dollar amounts to suit you and your business. So depending on how much support you need, I can come and help you. There's a link in the description to book a free 30-minute clarity call with me. I love talking with you guys, and it just brings me so much joy to come into your businesses and get them running smoothly. Like, I cannot even say that enough. And Dubsado and me, we are here to serve you so that you can do what you've been called to do business in this world and not get stuck with the admin and the painful parts that come with it, like nagging people to fill out their proposal. So I hope you guys have a lovely week, and I will see you next time.